from Hollistic Yoga. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do some family yoga. This is some yoga I've been doing for Polbeth Community Hub on their YouTube channel. This is the third in the series, so I hope you've been enjoying it so far. We're going to do some warrior poses today. So when you think about a warrior is someone who is strong, someone who is brave, and hopefully these poses are going to encourage you to feel that way, right? So there are standing poses. We're going to do some warm-ups and bits and pieces, and then we'll get to our warrior poses. I'm also going to have Gregor, my son, joining me to do some partner poses at the end. So we'll do a few together and then I'll nip off and get him. So at the start of any practice, it's always nice to do a few breathing exercises, and this calms us down. You get to kind of leave all your worries behind and have some nice, enjoyable time on your mat. So we're going to try snake breath today. So you can be sitting any way that feels comfortable. I've chosen easy pose, so sitting with my legs crossed, and I've got a blanket underneath my hips. So you might want to have a wee cushion there, or a blanket works, something that's going to make you nice and comfortable. And you're going to rest your hands on your knees. See if you can roll your shoulders back and down. Let your arms be really heavy and relaxed. And then we're going to take a few snake breaths. So before we start, make sure you're sitting nice and tall. So think about your back being really long and straight, shoulders down, and maybe have a little soft smile. Make sure your face is all nice and relaxed. So with yoga, we're going to aim to breathe through our nose, but this is a special snake breath, so I'll explain it. You're going to take your inhale, so breathing in through your nose, and you want you to fill yourself up as much as possible. But then when you breathe out, you're going to keep your teeth together and make a hissing noise like a snake. So this encourages you to let the air out really slowly, and that's going to calm you down. So we're going to do 3. Do this in your own time, or you can do it with me if you want to. So when you're ready, sitting tall like we talked about, take an inhale through the nose. Big inhale, fill yourself up, and then hiss it out. Amazing how long you can breathe out for when you do that. To me, it's almost like a balloon. So you've blown yourself up like a balloon, and then it's this slow release of air as you breathe out. Do 2 more in your own time. I can feel my shoulders resting down as I breathe out. I'm going to do 1 more. And just take a little minute and just notice if you feel any calmer. Maybe everything feels a little bit softer in your body. And then we're going to start by wakening up our spine. So your spine is in the middle of your back, okay? It's lots of little bones that all stack up. Obviously I'm talking to the children now, the adults know this. So your spine is in your back, okay? And it's really important for keeping you young and able to move freely, okay? So there's different ways your spine can move, and we're going to try and move them in all the different ways that it can move. So first of all, we're going to take a side bend. So I want you to take one hand, place it on the mat beside you, and then take the other arm up towards the ceiling. Now try and really reach like you're trying to tickle the ceiling with your fingertips. Breathe in here, and then as you breathe out, you're going to lean over. And we're trying to make a lovely long line from our fingertips right down to where we're sitting on the floor or the blanket. And then we're going to draw a rainbow. So as you breathe in, I want you to come up, big windmill with the arms, drawing that rainbow. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, ease over in the other direction. So let's take a few more of those big rainbow sweeps. Inhale up, exhale over. come up. Breathe out and go over. Good, one more time each side. Breathe in, big sweep. Make sure that you're still sitting, you're not lifting your hips off the mat as you come to the side. Up you come. Good, okay. Now from here we're going to take a twist. So twists are really good for your spine. So I want you to take your left hand and you're going to imagine you're shaking hands with somebody. You're going to take your left hand down to your right knee, so my arm's right across the front of my body. The other hand, my right hand, is going to come behind me. So you're going to breathe in and be tall, okay? Really lengthen your back, and then as you breathe out, twist yourself round. Now don't worry about your head so much, but see if you can take that back shoulder back. Good. Now come back to the centre and we're going to shake someone's hand on the other side. So I'm going to shake hands with someone on my left this time. That's my right hand, I'm going to put it on my knee, so this arm's right across the front of my body. Left hand round behind me, breathe in, be tall. Breathe out and go round. Okay, and then come back to centre. Good. Now from here, I want you to take your hands round behind you and see if you can arch your back and look up at the ceiling. Now be careful of your neck. If your neck doesn't like this, if it doesn't feel good, you're going to keep facing straight forward. Keep your chin near your chest. But if it feels okay, you can have a little look up. And then up you come. And I want you to take your little fingertips and you're going to walk them away from you. So lengthening forward, have a little bow down. And just see how it feels to curl forward. And have a little breath down there. Good. And then walking the hands back and sitting up again. Good. Now, from this seated position that you're in with your legs crossed, you're going to put your legs in front of you. So I've done this before. Hands are behind us, windscreen wiping the knees from side to side. So I like to do this to waken my legs up when they've been a bit sleepy and sitting still. Good. Now, we're going to try to be a table now. So I want you to put your feet about hip distance apart. Hands are behind you. Now you can play around with which direction you want the fingertips to go, but be careful of your shoulders. So as you breathe in, I want you to lift your hips and try and imagine you're making a table shape. So someone could be having a cup of tea off your tummy. And then breathe out, come back down. Do two more. Breathe in, lift. Can you make a table? Breathe out, come down. Good, do one more, up you come. Good, down you come, excellent. Now we're going to come all the way round to all fours. So you can get there any way you want. I like to roll over my feet. So coming to all fours for our cat-cows. We've done these the last two sessions we've done together. So breathing in, you look up, big dip in the spine. And then as you breathe out, lift your tummy up, chin is on your chest. And you're arching your back like a frightened cat in a cartoon. Breathing in to look up. Breathing out, lovely arch in the spine. One more, breathe in, look up. And then breathe out, lift your tummy. Good. Now I want you to sit your hips back on your heels. We're going to come to rock pose. So you, from kneeling, and take your forehead down onto the mat and your arms are by your sides with your palms up. So this is rock pose. If you're an adult who's used to yoga, this is a version of child's pose. But it's nice, it makes you feel nice and safe and protected. And we're going to come back to this for our partner poses, which is why I'm mentioning it now. So it's really nice to let your shoulders relax down towards the floor. So you're just going to take one more breath here. And then walking your fingertips like little mice right past your face, lengthening the arms out in front of you and spreading your fingers.
And then lift your hips so you're back to all fours, tuck your toes, and you're going to lift up to downward facing dog. Remember this one? So you want to make sure that you've got a nice long back, and then you can start to walk the dog, we call it. So this is where you pedal out your feet, one heel and then the other towards the floor. Good, and then wag your tail in your downward facing dog. And you might even want to lift one leg off the floor, see how high you can lift it. Can you lift it higher than anyone else in your family? Place that foot down and then lift the other leg. Does that one go high as well? Place it back down. Now I'm going to take a big frog hop forward. I did this last time, so bending your knees nice and deeply, and we're going to hop on 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Big hop forward. Good. Now, keep your head down, and we're going to bend our knees and have a little drape forward. This is where I like to call this gorilla arms. So you've got these big, long arms just flopping about down there. So have a little sway side to side. And then when you're ready, we're going to uncurl up to standing. And we're going to come to mountain pose. So I'm just going to come to the other end of my mat, but you can stay where you are. So you're near the top of your mat. If you have a mat, you don't have to have one. I want you to take your feet about hip distance apart. Make sure they're really nice and flat on the floor. You can feel your whole foot connecting with the floor. Switching on your legs so they feel nice and strong. Tailbone goes down towards the floor, and then stand really tall. So mountain pose, think about a mountain. A mountain can't be moved. Even when there's a really strong wind or anything like that, you cannot move it. And that's hopefully how you feel, really strong and stable. And then from here we're going to try our first warrior pose. So when you take your right foot, you're going to send it back behind you. So we're going to take a big wide stance. So my front toes are pointing to the front of the room, the short edge of my mat. And my back toes are pointing out to the side, so to the long edge of my mat. And then from here, I'm going to bend my front knee. Now I want to make sure this knee stays over my ankle, okay? Keep that nice and safe. And then once you're here, you feel like your legs are nice and strong and your knees feel okay, you're going to take your arms out. So my left arm is out over my left leg, same with my right. Shoulders down. So remember, what's a warrior like? A warrior is strong and proud and brave. So I want you to lift your chest, puff up your chest, reach gently through your fingertips, and then look down the middle finger of that front hand. Now from here we're going to shoot some arrows, okay, because warriors are quite fierce and sometimes they go into battle. So we're going to shoot some arrows. So this back hand, my right hand, I'm going to sweep it down past my legs in a big circle, out past my front arm all the way around. Notice how this back shoulder feels. 2 more like that, big circle, and again. And the next time the hands come together, pause, and then shoot an arrow. Now you're going to turn that front palm and lift up. Good, so this is where you're kind of going, yay, I won the battle. Okay, now come back to your warrior 2, arms out. Good. Now from here I'm going to try what's called a half moon. So depending on your balance, you may not fancy this. So if you want to try it, you can. So you're going to relax your arms, okay? And then you're going to hop the right foot in slightly, so you're just balancing on your toe. Left hand, front hand comes down to the floor, out at about 11 o'clock from your front foot. You're going to be on your fingertips. And then from here, my right hand's kind of just floating near my knee. I'm going to float my back leg up. So that's my right leg. This is called half moon. Now my standing leg can be a little bit bent. You don't have to straighten that completely. So if you can, press away through that back heel. So nice strong leg. You might want to stay here. You might want to take your right hand onto your hip. If you can, you're going to take your right hand up towards the ceiling. Half moon. Well done if you got there. Now bend your standing leg, put your back foot back on the floor and up you come. Good. Okay, so that's quite a lot, so see how that feels. Have a play with it. Okay. So from here you're going to step forward. So we're back in our mountain pose. I'm just going to swap ends so I'm always facing you. So find your mountain pose again, standing nice and strong. So balance is quite challenging. There's very few times in life that you're asked to stand on one leg, but in a yoga class we like to challenge our balance. So don't worry if it doesn't happen today. So left foot comes back this time. So we're taking that big lovely warrior stance again. So my right toes to the front of the room, left toes to the long edge of the mat out to the side, and my front knee is bent right over my ankle, arms out. Okay, now strong warrior. So remember, now is where we shoot some arrows, okay? So the back arm comes down past the legs, big circle, 3 circles, that's 1. Here's 2, here's 3, bring the hands together and shoot your arrow. Turn the front palm, sweep it up, and then return to warrior 2. Good job. Now we're going to try for our half moon on this side. If you don't want to try it, I want you to stay in your warrior position. So this is great hip opener, it's great for building nice strong legs. So just stay here. If this is where you want to be, you're going to be working hard. Right hand is going to come to about 1 o'clock out from my front foot. So hop the back foot in first. I'm just going to move slightly. Hop the back foot in, right fingertips on the floor, left hand on your hip. Then see if you can float your back leg up. Now you might just want to stay here, totally fine. Or you might be able to open that top hand, the left hand up towards the ceiling. So there's a lot of left and right here, you might need your adult to help you. Half moon. Bending your standing leg, see if you can come out again. Good job, okay. Let's take a little step forward. Now, we're having a bit of a play with being on one leg today. So, I want you to have a little moment in your mountain pose, standing nice and strong. See if you can just lift one foot off the floor. Now I want you to notice that your standing leg is doing all kinds of shaking and wobbling, and that's good, that's all the muscles working to hold you up. Swap sides. You might find one side is loads easier than the other. See, that side's easier for me. Okay, good. Now, we've done warrior 2. This is warrior 1. I'm being awkward and I did them 2 and then 1. So, from mountain pose, come to this end drift. We're going to take the right foot back, same as we did before, but it's a different way with the legs. So taking the right foot back this time, think about the feet being on train tracks, so they're not one in front of the other, they're kind of out to the side. And I'm on the ball of my back foot. So, and the front knee is bent, so it's like I'm gonna run a race, okay? So once you've got that, I want you to see if you can sweep your arms up over your head. So this is was the modified version of warrior 1. So it's quite strong. See how you feel in your legs. Hopefully you're feeling really powerful like a warrior. Now from here we're going to try and fly, because why not, right? So first of all, first step is breathe in and reach up with your arms. Breathe out and sweep them behind you like Superman's cape. That's your out breath. Breathe in, up you come. Breathe out, sweep it back, flapping that cape out behind you. One more time, inhaling up and exhaling, send it behind you. Now you're welcome to stay here. This might be enough for you. Or see if you can hop the back foot in and then float it up in the air. Now we did this one week 1. It's called airplane, but I'm doing it with my Superman cape on today. When you're ready, bend the standing leg, place the foot back down. Oh, good. Step forward. Shake the legs out. We're going to try on the other side. So from your mountain pose, so feet hip distance, step back with the left foot. Okay, so I'm on the ball of the back foot, nice springy knees. Take the arms up. Warrior one. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Find your Superman cape out behind you, leaning out over that front knee. Breathe in, up it comes. Breathe out behind you. Looking down to see who needs a superhero, who needs some help. Inhale up. And exhale back. Welcome to stay here, or see if you can float your back leg up. Can you be on one leg, a one-leg superhero? Good job. So this is actually called Warrior 3. If you're doing an adult class, we would call it Warrior 3. So that's 3 warriors we've done today. So hopefully, whoops, wobbly warrior, hopefully you're feeling pretty strong now. Good. Hands come to the heart, step forward. Well done, shake those legs out. So I'm going to go and find Gregor and we'll do some partner poses. Hi there, so Gregor has kindly agreed to join me. We're going to do 2 partner poses today. So the first one is called double pretzel. So you're going to sit with your legs crossed like they're in a basket and your knees are touching, facing one another. Now Gregor and I are going to shake hands with our right hands, okay? Nice and easy, but that's too easy. So what I want him to do is I'm going to take my left hand, my other hand, and wrap it round behind my back. Now can you take this same hand that's shaking my hand, can you reach that hand round behind me?
Yes.
Well done, good. And then I'm going to see if I can get your other hand. Alright, so we end up with our arms crossed. And then you gently try to turn away from the person and gently pull on their arms. Now be gentle, talk to one another, make sure you're communicating and you say, oh, that's enough, stop. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Good. So let's do one more. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, try and rotate a little bit more. Remember that twist we did at the start? Same idea. Good, so we're going to let go, and then we're going to do it again in the other direction. So this time left hands, shake hands, but that's too easy. So my right hand's going to come round behind me. Can you reach that one? Good. Take the other hand, sit tall. Breathe in, and then see if you can go around and gently pull on the other person's arms. That feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So each time you breathe out in yoga, you're looking to go a little bit further if you can. Lovely, let's let go. Okay. Hi, so the second pose we're going to do is lizard on a rock. So we talked about rock pose earlier. So the adult in the equation, the bigger person, is going to be kneeling, as I am just now. You're going to take your forehead down to the mat, arms by the sides, palms up. So this is you in rock pose. So I'm the rock, Gregor's going to be the lizard. So he's going to turn so he's facing away from me, and then he's going to slowly lower himself so that he's sitting just on my lower back. Just take your time, Gregor, that's perfect. Now the person on the top, the lizard, is going to lie down so that they're back to back. And he's going to take his arms up over his head. And the person on the bottom is getting a lovely stretch, lovely squash down to the floor, and Gregor's got a bit of an opening in the front of his body. And then when you're ready, Gregor, you're going to take your arms back over and you're going to slowly lift yourself off, being careful of the person underneath. Good. Ooh, you're heavy, Gregor. So be careful of the person underneath and who's the heaviest. Now, we're going to swap over. So this is the smaller person is going to be the rock now, and I'm going to do a slightly different version because I'm too heavy for Gregor. So if you come to rock pose for me, so you're kneeling, forehead down, arms by your sides. Good. So rather than me lying on him, which would be too much for him, I'm going to take my knees either side of his head, and I'm just going to make a little pillow with my hands, and I'm going to lie on his back. You getting a wee squash there, Gregor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just take a couple of breaths here and make sure you're communicating. So you can say to the person, can you move here? Can you move up, down? Can you put more weight on me or less? So you can see what you want to do. One more breath there, Gregor. Exhale, good. Alright, so I'm going to lift myself up, and when you're ready, take your time bringing your head up. Watch for a wee head rush. Okay, Now I want you to lie flat on your back. So I'm going to take Gregor into Shavasana, which is his final relaxation. So feel free at this point to pause the video. You might want to get a blanket, you might want to have like a little scarf or an eye pillow over your eyes. And this is something you can do together. So you can lie on your back if it's comfortable. If you're not comfortable, if your lower back isn't comfortable, you can bend your knees. Okay? So take a minute to get comfortable, maybe take a big inhale and sigh it out. And then when you're ready, I'm going to talk you through your body. Slightly different today. So what I want you to do is take your awareness to your legs. And you're going to try to tighten all the muscles in your legs. So push away with your heels, flex your toes, really squeeze all the muscles in your leg, tight, 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 and then relax. Good. Same thing with your arms. So you're going to make fists with your hands, and you're going to squeeze all the muscles in your hands, your arms, your shoulders. Just make yourself really, really strong and tense, and then relax. Good. Now you're going to scrunch up your face. So you might want to clench your teeth, you might want to furrow your brow, just make all the muscles in your face as tight as you can, be really intense, and then relax. Okay, now we're just going to take 3 lovely long slow breaths here. So take a big inhale through the nose and slowly let it out again. You can breathe out through the nose or the mouth depending on what feels better, but take your time with the exhale. And do 2 more in your own time. Last one. Good. So if you're feeling quite relaxed and you're enjoying being quiet, then feel free to stay there for a while. There's no rush. But when you're ready, you're going to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, and you're going to have a lovely big stretch out, maybe taking the arms over your head, just like you just woke up in the morning. And then in your own time, you're going to roll onto your right side. You can stay where you are, Gregor, you look quite comfortable. You're going to come up to seated, and you bring your hands to your heart, and we say Namaste, which means that the light in me honours the light in you. So we're acknowledging one another and the yoga that we did together. So thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again. Namaste.